Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and talk about how when stress increases, your gut health decreases. And with everything going on right now with COVID-19, everybody at home, typically hearing more and more not great news day to day, right? We want it to be better, but sometimes, you're like, okay, now what? Now I don't know what to do. All that stress that you're experiencing, anything that you encounter in your life, realize that stress can be something that is a trauma, toxin, or thought. And oftentimes it's these thoughts, this constant bombardment that we're getting from outside sources that are just slowly building the stress that we have. And then we try and decrease it, take a break, reset, all the things, and it still comes back again. So what happens when your stress increases, it actually decreases your gut health overall. This is even if you have a really good functioning gut and you're like, I'm taking probiotics, I'm doing digestive enzymes, I'm doing all these things. It's still very common to have flare-ups of issues with your gut. Now, keep in mind, this is for somebody that I'm talking about that's like, oh, I do pretty well overall. If you have underlying gut health issues, if you have a history of IBS, Crohn's, if you have a history of decreased motility, if you have a history of ulcers, right? If you've had your gallbladder out, if you've had any other issues, Audrey, trauma toxin thought. Yeah, yep, yes, that is a chiropractic phrase. Yeah. Like the father of chiropractic. That was one of his teachings way back 20 some years ago. Yeah. Anyway, so if you have issues, gallbladder, other things like that, even detox issues, right? I'm puffy, I have a lot of inflammation, everything else. This increase in stress is also it's like putting gasoline on the fire already. Yeah. It's really tough to combat, and it's not something that your system is just going to walk smooth sailing out of. There's a lot of work that you have to do. So oftentimes what you're feeling and noticing, and these are just some common things that I've heard from women in the past week alone. Oh my gosh, I've got heartburn now. What the heck? Oh, my indigestion is so bad. I eat and it feels like it's just sitting like a lump in my gut. I can't. I don't know what's happening, right? I'm super constipated, or I have diarrhea, right? Or it switches off. What do you mean it switches off? Yeah, switches off. Because your gut is so irregular right now with all the stress and the impact of that. And then bloat. Oh, bloat. Through the roof bloat. Yeah. So what do we do about this? Well, I'm going to give you some general tips and some things to kind of focus on and look at for your gut health overall. But if you are somebody who's like, oh my gosh, yes, I have a history of IBS, I've had my gallbladder out, or I know I'm not detoxing properly, I have these other issues, and now with this stress, my gut is just awful. And things are going in the wrong direction for me. I do have a few openings where I work with women in a very close one-on-one setting, and I am going to put that link for you guys right here in the comments. That you can fill out the application and learn if this would be the right next step for you. Again, I want to make sure that this is, a good fit for you, that you would get the right results, working with me in a one-on-one setting, because I really give you very detailed, specific, tailored recommendations every step of the way to make sure that you're improving on all the areas that you need to improve on. But when we look at some general things here, just some general things to look at, heartburn, indigestion, all these other things. Oh, Jessica, I had no idea how much stress was impacting my gut health. Working with you on this has helped tremendously. Yes, right? Crazy how much that changes when you start really looking at that. How about a broken toe? Debbie. Yeah, that's the trauma. That's going to add to this. Yeah, it's going to add to all the stress that you're dealing with. So when you're looking at improving your gut health, right, there's going to be the general things, right? I'm just going to throw these out here, probiotic, digestive enzyme, right? Things like apple cider vinegar, kombucha, right? Those are all things that can help, right? Add these things in, try these things out. Other things to look at here. Chew your food. Chew your food. You might have to cut out dairy for a time being. What? Yeah. If your system's already inflamed and you're having more stress, dairy's also inflammatory. Cut it out. Yep. Cut out gluten. Make sure you're not getting gluten. Really make sure you're not getting any artificial colors. No artificial. Artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, terrible for the gut. And with a lot of people getting worried about food, packaged food, food that can be preserved longer. I know a lot of people have been shopping differently than they normally do. Oh, I'm not buying as much fresh stuff. I'm buying more packaged and frozen things. Okay, make sure you're checking labels though. I know it's hard to think about standing in the grocery store even longer and checking labels, but check labels. If you're getting different types of foods in now and you're getting artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, that's also going to wreck your gut health even more. I'm not kidding. I just had this with a gal. There's a gal that I worked with, was this a year and a half ago now? Reached out, was like, I'm really struggling. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. What can I do? And we chatted just a little bit and I said, what's different? She gave me a list of some things that she was doing that was different. I was like, nope, check the labels on these things. Let me know. And she was like, dang it. Artificial sweeteners and all these things. I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed them off the shelf and got out of the store. Crap. And I was like, yeah, cut those out. It's really going to hinder your gut health if you're getting things with artificial colors and sweeteners. So that's my tip for tonight. Making sure you guys really take care of your gut health. Your immune system lives in your gut, right? When we talk about important immune boosting things, that all happens in the gut. Serotonin, 80% of it is made in the gut. Really important neurotransmitter things. Keep your brain functioning well, keep your body healthy. So do the little things that you can do to take care of yourself now, because it's going to pay off in dividends later down the road. So again, that link there in the comments, if you want to look at working more closely with me one-on-one setting, you can check that out. Other resources I have for you, of course, are my book, The Female Fat Solution, talking about nutrition that matches your hormones and your cycle. That's on Amazon. You can get this shipped right to your house. Podcast, The Female Health Solution. And I just did a podcast episode that dropped yesterday. That's really, really powerful. Really, really powerful episode with one of my favorite people in the world, Janet Anderson, who's a licensed counselor. Fantastic advice for what's happening right now. So check that out on my podcast. And then, of course, my YouTube channel is Dr. Beth Westie, that you can subscribe to so that you stay updated on all the videos I have coming out. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Share this if you found it helpful, because more women need to know this message and need this guidance. So, all right, have a great rest of your night.